guys! So I'm gonna do my very first favorites video! Dun, 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 dun. And I've kind of been debating doing favorite videos because other favorite videos are very like beauty oriented. This is the lipstick I'm wearing, this is this I'm doing, da da da. Don't go and purchase a lot of beauty items that frequently. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do February favorites, or I'm gonna do favorite videos like I would do favorite videos. I'm just gonna do stuff that's authentic to me. So I want to start off my favorite video with my favorite band this month. Like in February I started listening a lot to Twerps, which I'm going to insert like their most recent album in an area over here. But Twerps is a band, I believe, from like Australia or New Zealand, somewhere down there. Yes, I realize they're two separate countries. But anyways, yeah, and they have this like really kind of dreamy garage rock sound. Basically, I was listening to them and I was trying to think of like another band I could compare it to, and I think they sound a lot like, or they don't sound a lot like, but they could be like in the same venue or avenue of Kurt Vile. Like there's a mood that Kurt Vile gives that Twerps gives as well. Like Twerps could be Kurt Vile's little brother. Possibly. Our book this month is Edie. It's about Edie Sedgwick. I've been reading this book for the last 4 years. One of those things where like you picked it up and I read like the first few pages and then I put it away and I never looked at it again. But this month I've actually been reading it every single night. And yeah, so I have like that much left of it. And it is about Edie Sedgwick, and the first part of the book is a lot about her family and the back, like the history there, which is really interesting. And then towards the middle it gets more into like the factory and Andy Warhol, and there's a lot of information on Andy Warhol, and I personally am not, like, I've never been a huge Andy Warhol fan. I've had like issues with him as a person, and that's where my issues are. Like I feel that, you know, Andy Warhol like was, and they call him a voyeur in the book, in this book too, but like Andy Warhol went and looked at people and like he saw the light in people, and then he wanted to be around that light and have that like light shine on him, not use that. Well, and in a way I feel like he sort of used people, but at the same time like those people were using him because they wouldn't have been, you know, put on a platform without him. So I have like my own personal like love-hate relationship with Andy Warhol, but I love all of his superstars. Like one of my favorite documentaries is Beautiful Darling, and that's about Candy Darling. And then I'm a huge fan of Edie Sedgwick. I have like odd to say that like you're a fan of a person who was like totally completely self-destructive, but I think there is like qualities about her that I find like really intriguing or interesting. So I've just always been really like fascinated with Edie Sedgwick, and I've always been very fascinated with the superstars behind the factory more so than Andy, because I feel like Andy is a little bit of a vampire. But then I admire Andy for like how his entire life and existence was this artistic, like this artistically created existence, and I'm completely fascinated by that. So I don't know, I guess the book sort of made me warm up to him a little bit more, but I think at the same time it's like because of what his like attitude was towards the different superstars that he created and then like threw away. It's that throwaway aspect that kind of like irks me. But then he was a completely detached person throughout his life or his existence. Like that's just kind of how he was. He was like, but then he was clean. Okay, honestly, seriously, if you're interested in the factory and you're interested in Andy Warhol, like, even if you're not that interested in Edie, like, go and get the book from the library and flip to the factory section of this book and read about the factory and read about Andy, and it's just really interesting, basically. A coffee break. Which is another favorite. because this month I have like drank so many chai tea lattes with an extra shot of espresso. It's like my thing. It is my special treat. It makes me feel special. It makes me feel like I'm at Harvard, gonna read a book. I got this while on the road trip in a little shop in Georgia, and I wish I remembered the name of it. But I got it on sale, and I had been wanting a perfume for the road trip that me back to that time. And so this is the L'Aromatique, or Aromatica, bourbon all-natural perfume. It has like a really cute pattern on the front, and then on the back it's, you know, it says bourbon. The scent it's really spicy. Like, it's super spicy. It doesn't smell like stale alcohol or anything like that, but this month I finally decided I want to, I mean, there's still a lot left, but I finally decided that this month I wanted to make it my signature scent, because I just like, it's not just a scent that like brings me back to this time, but it's just a scent that I really like on me. I feel different scents kind of, they trigger memories, and I feel just right now at this time, like this is the scent. This is the scent of this time. Go to Marshall's for my candles, or TJ Maxx or Home Goods, which are, I think, they're like all owned by the same people. But I basically go and buy really expensive candles for a fraction of the price to nicely scent my home, because my baby Misty, who's not really a baby, she's like 16 plus, has the worst geriatric farts. Like, she lets it rip, and in our tiny space, it's very aromatic, so I need candles to burn to beat out my dog's farts, basically. So that is, I just wanted to share this candle, the DW. It's like in a pretty orange container. I always save candle containers to use at another time, to store just different objects, so that's another thing I look for. Richly scented candle, peppered citrus, hand poured. If you haven't seen a trend yet, I like citrus smells, I like spicy smells. And this is also spicy, but it definitely has like cloves in it. Cloves. I mean, I guess there's like fresh, it's like fresh cinnamon. It's not fake cinnamon, it's like fresh cinnamon scented. And so I don't know if everything I just did went down the drain because my camera just turned off on me, possibly because it's overheating. My lifestyle, my favorite lifestyle adjustment this month has been put it in a pump. I just put everything in a pump. I like to pump it. Pump it. Pump it up. I'm losing it. No, I'm not. This is just who I am as a person. So anyways, yeah, those are my favorites. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. God, I just pumped so many smells in this room. Got a little bit of alcohol, got a little bit of lavender, got a little bit of witch hazel lavender. So anyways, thanks for joining me on my very first favorites video. These are just things that like were my favorites this month, and I wanted to share them with you because that's fun and awesome, in case you were like scrolling down and you saw this and you're like, hey, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. I need like a new book suggestion or a new movie suggestion, or I don't know, did I mention my favorite movie? Save the Date. Save the Date was a good movie. It was like a normcore movie. I guess hold on, normcore? No, it's like mumblecore or something. Anyways, you can find out more about my life nuggets and whatnot you can follow me on Instagram, which is Blanket Fort Adventures, Twitter, basically Becca. I blog at blanketfortadventures.com, and this, that, and the other. So thanks for watching, and yay, I did my first monthly favorites video! Dun dun dun! Yay! Alright guys, until next time. Oh! My dog Lulu! check her out in the Valentine's Day vlog. She was also one of my favorite things this month. She's flippin' awesome. So, alright. Aside from that, I think I'm gonna check out now, because adios! Hey YouTube! That's Lou. Lou's my new rescue dog. She came to me as a stray.